Hi, I'm Dr. Kate Altizer, and I teach piano at Colby College in Waterville, Maine. I'm also a musicologist, and I've prepared this two-part video on the life and work of Welsh composer Grace Williams for the DuPage Symphony Orchestra. This is part 1. You can hear her concerto for trumpet and orchestra performed on the May 18th concert of the DuPage Symphony Orchestra, Modern and Melodious. On a radio program in 1960, Williams commented, quote, "To compose music is to do something off the beaten track, even if you're a man. But if you're a woman composer, it is considered very odd indeed. How then did I come to do something so contrary?" End quote. Williams reminds us that pursuing a life, bringing new music into the world is already a socially and professionally challenging path, no matter who you are, and highlights that adding woman to your identity compounds the strangeness of the endeavor. Throughout her career, as we'll see, Williams accomplished multiple milestones, impressive for any composer, and she also found support in a professional cohort of women composers active in England. She wrote many works in multiple genres, especially focusing on orchestral music with voices, including 2 symphonies, 3 concerti, a mass, and a 1-act opera. She also wrote several songs. She wrote prolifically, but was a harsh critic of her own work. She withdrew her first symphony and, like Brahms, she destroyed many early manuscripts, occasionally lighting a, quote, bonfire of works she thought were beyond reprieve. Williams was born in the coastal town of Barry, Wales in 1906, where she received a broad music education. Her family was musical, and Williams' father maintained a library of records and scores he encouraged his children to explore. The young Williams particularly loved Strauss, Wagner, and Debussy. The family also played piano trios, with Williams on violin, her brother on cello, and her father on piano. Williams often played piano for rehearsals of the well-respected boys' choir in Barry and attended local concerts in Barry and Cardiff. In 1926, Williams earned a music degree at the University College in Cardiff before studying at the Royal College of Music in London, where she studied composition with Vaughan Williams, and much of her music up to 1955 is profoundly influenced by him, with an emphasis on folk songs and traditional melodies and vocal music, as well as her fantasia on Welsh folk tunes for orchestra. While in London, she was part of a cohort of women composers who would go on to have impressive legacies, among them Elizabeth Lutyens, one of the first English composers to draw heavily on 12-tone music, and Elizabeth McConkie, who would become a lifelong friend and colleague. It was not unusual to have women at the Royal College of Music, but it was unusual to have so many women composers at the same time. And these women formed friendships and a support network for one another, not only at school, but throughout their careers. Be sure to check out my second video on Grace Williams' life, and don't miss the DuPage Symphony Orchestra's performance of her concerto for trumpet and orchestra on the May 18th concert, Modern and Melodious.